In today's gospel, we hear Jesus share the timeless parable commonly known as the prodigal son. The story is timeless because for generations, this parable has been so relatable. Most of us have recognized our sinfulness and felt guilty for our actions. I pray that just as many of us have also felt the warmth of God's embrace and forgiveness. It is especially fitting to recall this story in Lent, a season where we are invited to come to our senses like that younger son did while sitting in his desperation. We are invited to get up and return once more to God in humility and resolution to be better and to do better. Yet today, let's also reflect on the experience of the older brother, who I would like to call the other prodigal son, because he too is lost and in need of the Father's forgiveness. In fact, if we look carefully at the context leading up to the parable, we hear St. Luke tell us explicitly that it was the Pharisees and the scribes to whom Jesus addressed this message. When we look again at the story, we see the elder son was just as sinful as the younger one. He was immediately angry upon hearing the news that his brother had returned home, which then led to pride, immovability, and envy. And while the younger son was certainly guilty of lust, gluttony, and sloth, his brother had his share of sinfulness too. Consider, too, that we know the ending of the younger son's story. He came to his senses and sought out mercy and forgiveness. But we don't know the ending of the elder son's story. Jesus concludes the parable without a resolution to that drama. So that gives us yet another clue to whom this challenge was given. The Pharisees and the scribes, those who were active in their religious engagement. Oh, they prided themselves on being devout and orthodox, and they looked suspiciously or distrustful of those who were, let's say, more casual in their approach to religious engagement. To that audience, the ending of the story is yet to be written. Let's be open to this challenge from Jesus. I know that I am implicated by this story. Like the Pharisees and the scribes, I would consider myself active in my religious engagement and devout in my faith practice. Despite any good works I feel I may have done, though, Jesus looks me straight in the eye and challenges me to be better. Because I've been angry, I've been prideful, immovable, and envious, and Jesus knows that. Like the father in this parable, he comes out to meet me, and he still loves me. Jesus knows that I've been faithful and devout, but he wants more than that. He wants me to treat my brothers and sisters, especially those who may not be as faithful or devout as I think I am, as I treat my relationship with him. Jesus wants me, Jesus wants us all to write the rest of this story. Will we come back into the house and be in right relationship with those on the margins, those who have been absent from our churches, and those whose behavior we may not approve of? Or will we remain immovable, secure in our status quo? This Lent, it's time to live out the remainder of this parable. Jesus wants to know if his elder sons and daughters, the ones who have been with him all along, are up to the challenge of finishing this story with love and acceptance and mercy to all his sons and daughters, whoever and wherever they may be.